Good morning, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi. Rainy day here where I am. And I wanted to pop in and just hang with you guys for 7 minutes. I want to share with you. There we go. Crash. Okay, listen. I want to share with you 5 hocus pocus focus tips for those times when you need to just really get in the zone. I wrote 5 things down I want to share with you because I was in my office this morning doing some work. Good morning. And I was thinking, I have this little routine that I do when I come into my office. And I thought it might be helpful to pop in quick and share, this really works for me. And I thought maybe you can take a tip or two, especially with all we have going on. It's really crazy out there, right? And I think if we have approaches that help us to be our best selves in the moment with whatever we're doing, you can set up little scenarios in your life, trigger habits, I call them, things that prompt you into action or prompt you into a certain state of presence with whatever you're focusing on at that time. You'll find that your day has this beautiful flow and fulfillment to it. Good morning, nice to see you guys. So I wanted to share with you in those times when you want to really get into action. Let's say you only have an hour a day to focus on your best work. Maybe you own your own business like me, and there's so much going on right now. Some of you are making the decision to homeschool, right? And you own a business, and you know that your time is going to be in more demand. You're going to need to have systems in place that allow you to get into focus as quickly as possible because you just don't have as much time perhaps as you used to. So I want to share 5 hocus pocus focus tips with you. Number 1, and what made me actually jump on to do this is how many days are in August? 30 days has September, April, June, and November. 31 days in August, which means there are 3 days left where you can grab 3 specific Doterra blends for focus. And I want to share them with you. I've got this is a little stand I keep in my office of roller bottles. These, let me see, hold on. I thought I had organized the 3. Here we go. The 3 blends that are on sale 15% off until end of August are 3 incredible blends for focus. I recommend if you were to grab all 3 of them, that you just keep them in a little caddy in your office, or maybe if you have your kids home with you starting homeschool, you could set up a little oil station that helps them when they come into their learning area to right away help to trigger the connection to the mind, and that focus is about to take place. So the 3 blends, you guys, if you're taking some quick notes, these are on sale 15% off until August 31st. So if you have a Doterra account, you can hop in and grab them. If you don't and you want to purchase these and perhaps a few other oils and products to start with, I can totally help you out, or whoever typically has been sharing Doterra with you, you can connect with them. But if you'd like my help in getting started, you can go to wholefit.com/oils. And I can build you a kit with these, or you can just choose a kit and add these in. But the 3 blends are In Tune, which is actually a blend I often smell like throughout the day. It has some heavier base oils like patchouli, okay? If you've ever worn patchouli, you know it's a thicker oil. It tends to stick around. If you've ever put it in your diffuser, you'll smell it even as you start to add other oils in throughout the week. So it's a heavier base oil, but I'll read you the oils in this blend. It's incredible for focus, and I'll teach you how to apply these, okay? So in Tune, we have Indian sandalwood. Gorgeous. Patchouli, frankincense, lime, ylang ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, and Roman chamomile. It's a very unique blend. You may find that you don't just apply it for focus. It may become your pure fume. I'll come back to how to apply these in a moment because they all can be applied the same way topically. The second blend is Motivate. This one has a little more kick to it, okay? So we're blending the mints and the citruses in this one. So I like this. So In Tune I will use when I first come into my office in the morning and I'm ready to crank out my best work. Motivate I will often reach for in the afternoon because it's peppier. It's when, if you know your body's rhythms, you know that you tend to have phases you go throughout the day where you, like in the morning is when a lot of people in their first 2 hours of workday is when you're going to want to do your best work. That's not the time where you want to be browsing social media or responding to emails. That's when you want to dedicate your time to your VIP work. But in the afternoon, after lunch, let's say, that's a time you'll notice your energy drops. And that's a good time to be responding to emails and doing things that are not as high priority. So even as we've been designing the kids' homeschool schedule, we have focused the 9 to 12 time for school is their focus time. It's when we're doing, and we start off with math each day, right? We're doing the heavy topic first. And then the afternoons after lunch is when we've planned time for the lighter things, creative arts, piano, right? So you can do the same thing if you own your own business. You want to think about your rhythms. So Motivate, you guys, if you haven't used this before, I'll read you what's in it. It's in a base of coconut oil, okay? So it's a little bit diluted, which is nice. It has peppermint oil, clementine, coriander, basil, yuzu, melissa, rosemary, and vanilla bean. So it's a soft, minty citrus, okay? Beautiful in the afternoon. And then we have Thinkor Blend. This is a focused roller bottle out of the kids line. So the kids line, you guys, has white label. And you can actually buy them in a little pouch. Chloe, my oldest, she did a little video last month. She used her kids kit pouch to pack oils for camping or the cottage. And this Thinkor Blend, I actually love it. I keep a bottle in my office as well because it's similar to Motivate, but I find Motivate is a little bit sweeter. The vanilla stands out to me more in Motivate. So I'll read you the oils in Thinkor Blend. So again, we have a base of coconut oil and then vetiver, peppermint, clementine, and rosemary. So it's sharper, okay? And let me tell you, and one cute thing I'll show you with the labels. I'll show Instagram first. So the kids' oils are all white labels, but they have little icons. So here you see a brain. So that tells your child when they're grabbing their oils, if they look for the brain icon, it helps with focus, right? Yeah, the kids line is genius. We love them. Here's what I like to do with focus roller bottles. I will often apply it to my pulse points and breathe in to connect, because when you breathe in oils, especially when it comes to focus or energy, you stimulate a chemical reaction to start working very fast. In fact, you may not know this, your body's already working with an aroma before you even sense the smell. That's how fast your body starts to work. And when you're working with Doterra oils, which are completely pure, there's this chemical reaction that takes place very quickly where the limbic brain starts to move and magic starts flowing. So you want to connect first. And I use the word magic a lot, you guys, because listen, it is. It's plant incredible magic that happens, okay? But what I also like to do with focus oils, and I'll do this with the kids as well, is you start at the brain stem at the back. So you could go to the very base of your, kind of where your skull would meet your neck, okay? You start there. So you could even, if you're doing this on yourself, you would just roll it from that point down the neck. If you're applying this to your kids, same spot, go down the spine, okay? And again, connect in aromatically first. So I wanted to let you know. So that's my first hot tip. Use your pure plant oils that are there for you to stimulate focus. These blends are master crafted, okay? And again, they're on sale till end of August. If you're watching the recording, they might not be at that point. But we've got In Tune, Motivate, and Thinkor. My second tip is to use music. So you guys know I'm all about oils and music when it comes to action. And in fact, one of the things I always pop in a little welcome package to people who get started with through me with Doterra is a sticker that says oils, music, action. Because those two things alone, if you don't follow the next three things I give you, those two things alone kick you into gear. Music supports the body in feeling the way it wants to feel. So you can really almost force a state that you need to be in through music and through oils. So I have some great playlists. If you guys are on Spotify, if you're in my Beautiful Life Lab program, I actually host all my playlists that I've created on Spotify, and you can easily access them if you go and search my name, Ange Peters, or Whole Fit, you'll find them. But what I'd recommend if you want to get into focus, hi Sarah, I know, right? If you want to get into focus, you might want to play the Whole Fit HQ playlist in there, or I have a Beautiful Life Lab playlist. So really great tracks that are at a certain megahertz, a certain frequency for helping you really focus. And it's not distracting music. Sometimes we don't realize, but music can be a stress on the body, right? So it actually complements the state you're trying to get into. Another thing you might want to check out is Binaural Beats. It's not really music per se, it's pulses of sound that help your body come into a certain state of focus. And you can use that for sleep as well. My third tip is getting time on your side. So using a timer to bucket your focus. And one principle I love is known as Parkinson's Law, which states that a task will take the exact amount of time or container of time that you give it. So think about something you often procrastinate with, and think of that thing. If you, like, one thing I always procrastinate on is if I am giving a talk, a presentation. I will save it until the very last minute because I actually work really well that way when I can just kind of get under the pressure, under the gun, and my best comes out in those moments. But one thing I often challenge myself with is the amount of time it actually takes to prepare a talk. Often I'll give myself like weeks or sometimes even months with a topic, and I'll sit and I'll keep, notes on it. And then I've also played around with this concept of only preparing a talk the day before it's due and giving myself an hour, and it gets done. And sometimes your best comes out at that point too. Now you might have Alexa, one of those, or Google Home or something. Those are actually pretty handy when it comes to setting timers, because you can just say, set a timer for an hour or whatever. Or you could use your phone, use the alarm on your phone to create buckets of focus with your time. So that's a really helpful tip. Pareto's principle comes to mind. You can look up various things on how powerful it is to use timers for focus, but containers of time, yes, Michelle, is really smart when it comes to getting something done and really getting into focus. Only give yourself a certain amount of time and you'll get it done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Water. Tip number 4, hydrate. If you work in an office in your home or wherever, keep at least a 20-ounce container of water so you stay hydrated, because again, that helps keep you sharp. It helps you make better decisions in your work. You'd be surprised how much dehydration affects your ability to focus and get things done and be productive. So that's a simple one. Now, for those of us oilers, add your citrus oils to your water. 1 to 2 drops in a container like this: lemon, tangerine, green mandarin, grapefruit, whatever your favorite citrus is, because that limonene helps keep you sharp. And honestly, you guys, internal use of oils, you want to do it only if you know what you are working with. So you want to make sure you're working with a pure oil, first of all. Now, I've been internally using oils for over 7 years. And citrus is one of the main ways that I internalize oils. I love the limonene in citrus. You want to, on your own time, hop over to PubMed and search limonene and all the things it's doing. But that's a really nice, and you know what? It makes your water taste better too. So if you struggle with water intake, then adding 1 to 2 drops of a pure doTERRA citrus oil you're gonna love it. You want your water intake to be at least half your body weight in ounces daily. So let's say you weigh 150 pounds. You wanna be consuming throughout the day 70 to 80 ounces of water at least. So it's good to track that. Now my last tip for you is known as my good night home ritual. You may have heard me talk about this before. I've posted it for years on Instagram. I have a little rundown of it. If you go to one of my blog posts, let me see if I remember which one it is, wholefit.com/blog/my daily routine. You'll find it there. Or the Sunday scrub. You could search Whole Fit Sunday scrub and you'll find it there. The good night home routine is really important for setting up the next day so that you know exactly what kind of day you're going into. You know what your VIPs are gonna be, and you come into each day from a really fresh place. You come down to the kitchen in the morning and things are organized, and you just, it really tees up a great day of focus and fulfillment. And I have personally found that when I don't take that 10 minutes the night before to say goodnight to my home and have a look at my calendar for the next day and really get organized in my mind around what's going on, I feel behind all day the next day. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share. Were those 5 hocus pocus focus tips. Let's go through them real quick. Oils, pure oils that stimulate the limbic and just create this cascade, this beautiful reaction in the body. Tip number 2 is music and beats. Get them moving with you. Tip number 3 is using a timer to create buckets of focus with your time throughout the day. And remember Parkinson's law. Something will always take as much time as what you give it. Tip 4 is water intake, at least half your body weight in ounces each day. And tip 5 is saying goodnight to your home, or at least every night before you go to bed. Have a look at your calendar. If you guys aren't using a calendar yet, I don't know what to tell you. You can use paper planners, you can use digital. I have a new paper planner coming out with Dough Planner next week for 2021. It's cute, I love it. If you use digital calendars, then you might love My Beautiful Life Lab because we're all about it in there. But yeah, having a look at your calendar the night before and knowing what you're going to be doing the next day, it just really helps you get around it and come from a place of owning your day before it even begins. So hope you enjoyed those tips. Let me just scroll and see if you have any comments or questions. Do I use rewards as a motivator? I personally don't, but I know that works really well for people. Especially when you're starting out something new. I think, a common one is when you're first starting workouts or, increasing your physical activity. A lot of people love to buy themselves a new water bottle or a new outfit from Lululemon after their first week. Yeah, I think, maybe you need to know your love languages too, because I feel like if receiving gifts is one of your love languages, then you might love giving yourself rewards as motivators. A lot of you love the timers. Oh yeah, cool. True Earth Essentials says love the house playlist. Yeah, we have another one, Whole Fit House. I've got a playlist for everything, guys. Like, rarely is there silence in our home. Oh, cool. I'm glad you like the playlist. I like Spotify because it's like Facebook for music, kind of. I don't know if you guys knew, it's kind of a cool community on there where you can share playlists and have musical friends. All right. I gotta run, but I hope that helped. Hope one of those tips helps. I just find, for those of you that are new and maybe owning your own business, one of the best things you can do is don't do your work at the kitchen table. Have a space in your home, if possible, where you go to do your best work, and then one or all of these 5 tips I shared with you might help kicking it into high gear. All right, we'll see you next time.